Good morning, everyone. We're live from Prairie View for day 2 after a rain-curtailed day 1. We ended the day with E3C on 76 for 1. Who's scoring?
Scoring's over there. Who's asking?
The not-out overnight batsmen were Shiva, who will face the first ball for today. Not out on 17 of 34. And he and Shrey had a really good partnership going. Shrey is 24 of 36. And E3C is only 11 runs in the deficit. The Maroon Knights having made a total of 87 in their first innings. The one wicket to fall so far was Sahil, picked up off the bowling of Manav. Sahil had a couple of crisp boundaries before trying to catch at mid-wicket. Maroon Knights look like they've come out motivated to get some early breakthroughs. Proceedings will begin with Aman Yadav, who is bowling his first over of the innings. Shiva starts off with a heave right down the ground. That's a diving stop by at mid-on. Batsman through for a single. The outfield is quite wet. The overnight rain, although it cleared by around 4 in the afternoon, left the ground fairly damp and some morning dew as well. Shrey rotates the strike back. Both batsmen will be happy to have quickly got into some easy scoring shots and getting the feet moving. Aman has a bustling type of action, slightly round arm at the release. Only one slip. A deep third man on the boundary, everyone else in the circle. Down the leg side. That took the edge off of the back of Shiva's bat and flew down between third man and backward point. Played inside out towards mid-off, through for a single. That was in the air for a bit, but falling short of the fielder. No risk of a catch there. Beautiful day for cricket as it was yesterday. Much less overcast, some blue skies above. Some wisps of rain clouds, but for the most part, glorious day to be out on the field. Aman coming into Shiva. Oh, big heave and bowled him. That ball was not the right ball for Shiva to play that shot. Very aggressive intent. Not short enough for that pull shot, leaving gap between bat and pad, and really the ball not doing too much, but on target and in line with the stumps and hitting the top of middle. Shiva will be disappointed with that after a really good start and a good innings overall, with some really good strokes around the ground and a good partnership between him and Shrey coming to an end. Out walks the star in his own right, the Goan, the gem of Goa, the marauder of and mayhem causer, none other than Ajay Rodriguez himself. Just now.
जल्दी आउट हो गए.
Number 4, 2 down, coming to the bat with a tennis elbow, reminiscent of another famous 2-down batsman who famously converted his weakness at that point in time, in terms of injury, into strength. So let's see how UTC president takes on the challenge here in this game. Vedic Verma is the new bowler, also into his first over. Full, loopy a little bit, medium pace. Shrey negotiating that safely. Good ball. Vedic's in the right channel, hitting the right line. One slip, packed offside field. Played off middle leg towards square leg for a single. Batsman through. Ajay will take strike for the first time in this match. No changes in the field for the new batsman. So on the offside, there's a point, deep backward point. Cover, extra cover, and a shortish long on, or a deeper mid-off, I guess you could say. Here comes Vedic. That goes above Ajay's left shoulder. He lets it pass. The keeper misses the ball, through for a bye. Spongy bounce to be expected from a pitch that got a fair amount of water. Vedic will be happy with the start that he's had this over. He moves the fielder out of slip and onto the leg side to a square leg. I was pace off and off the outside and allowing Shea to free his arms. No movement on that ball. Hits it through the covers. They come back for 2. Good over and a good start to for the new bowler Vedic. E3C only 2 runs in the deficit now. Aman back for his second over. After a successful opening over, taking the wicket of Shiva. Squares up Ajay a bit, a little bit more buster than maybe he expected. Played solidly through the offside to the cover fielder. Slip back in place for Ajay. Backward point. A wideish gully, point, cover, and mid-off is the offside. That one going down the leg side, called a wide. Clear skies and plenty of bird life around, chirping away. More chirping than the fielders, that's for sure. Quick single there. Shea had to hurry. Makes it home. Throws fast, but perhaps just not accurate enough. Ajay is known to be a good runner between the wickets. He's quick, but he can also sometimes put pressure on his partners. And you never know if they're up to the task or not until they're in the middle and in the cauldron with him. No foot movement there from Shea, but he follows the line of the ball and plays it safely down the ground. Along the ground, I should say. Field remains the same. Largely offside of field. 7-2. Oh, that was a terrible ball down the leg side, a full toss, but up in the air. Edged off the side of Shea's bat. He'll be very disappointed with that. That was a ball that was asking to be hit or to be left alone for a wide. A fortuitous chance that has favored the Maroon Knights, taken by the keeper. It's an easy dolly of a catch that just looped up in the air. Perhaps coming out of the bowler's hand a little slower than Shea anticipated. No pace on it. And the edge just popping right up off Aman's bowling, and he's now taken a wicket in each of his first 2 overs this morning. So while the scores are level, E3C has now lost its 3rd wicket. The new batsman in is a perennial MVP candidate for E3C, none other than Bushkar. consummate all-rounder, excellent fielder. In addition to being a wicket-taking bowler, and has played some valuable, steady knocks, as well as being able to accelerate in moments required during MSCL regular season games. Starts off a little tentative. That ball leaves him. A good amount of movement there, going past the outside edge and veering away after having passed the bat. Ajay will definitely call for some quick runs, and he likes to keep the scoreboard moving. Bajkal known for his crisp shot making. Watchful and sees that one through. E3C 3 down with the score at 87. Seems to be some variable bounce at this end. That one ball earlier, Ajay facing that went above shoulder height, and this one kind of, again, just a spongy kind of bounce, tennis ball like. Played into the covers. Hands to the pitch of the ball, and safely and comfortably negotiated by Ajay. Beaten that game, that ball. Ajay's hands just going a little bit outside off, without his feet moving toward the ball as much. Some movement for Vedic. Fuller and on his toes, knocked back to the bowler by Ajay. Field remains the same. Smash by Ajay through the covers, down past the point fielder, picked up a backward point, just a single. Didn't quite get a hold of that. Again, the low bounce, a challenge. Not as much pace on the ball. Vedic now having to adjust in bowling to the left-hand Bajkal. It's got a fielder on the boundary at deep third man on the ropes. a slip in place, and he's moving his deep backward point into the circle. I'm sorry, his deep square leg. No. Defended with good forward momentum from Bushkal, and that'll be the end of Vedic's over. Seeing a bowling change. No, it doesn't look like it. Batsman calling for 2, and they make it comfortably. Oman was lucky with that previous wicket of Shreyas. Full toss going down the leg side. This ball too, closer to Ajay's hips, giving him a little discomfort just in terms of closing him up a bit. That ball on middle and leg, and nicely glanced towards square leg for the single. An appeal for run out. But Bush got home comfortably. Aman staying over the wicket to Burshko. Fuller that time. Quick single through. Burshko calls yes, but stumbled a little bit. Ajay, thankfully, quick off the blocks and immediately responding to Burshko's call and making it easily. Good quick single in the end. Sanket says Ajay's rain clouds are back. The rain clouds that he yesterday was authoritatively telling us were bearing rain. Nicely played, elegant.
Charged?
No, I don't know where the bird is. That's okay.
So what are the most interesting things about Ajay's batting style? Anything that you want to share?
I mean, Ajay's a hard worker. He works on his game a lot, right? Like, I think I've seen him develop his stroke play over the last decade of playing with him, where he used to find it a lot harder to navigate and negotiate balls that were coming into him, and playing off his hip and in the leg side and into the leg side was more challenging for him. But now you see him, being able to negotiate those balls a lot better. And in fact, I would say like convert them a lot more into scoring opportunities. He's always had a strong game down the ground and playing into the offside. I imagine if you asked Ajay, the one thing that he'd like to have more of is a six hitting ability. He relies definitely more on timing and quick running. But he's a pleasing, elegant batsman to watch. For the most part, as long as he doesn't open his mouth and talk too much.
So the question would be, has he ever hit a six?
It's funny because Ajay remembers practically every ball that he's ever played. For that matter, he probably remembers every ball that everybody else on the team has ever played. He has this data warehouse in his brain, which pertains specifically to cricket matches that E3C have participated in. Nice cut there from Bashkal, but straight to the fielder at point. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I can't remember him hitting a six, but I think he probably has hit a six or two. And he'll be very upset with me for not remembering this fact, but I feel he has. What was he like when you guys played together, when you were playing gully cricket and cricket in your apartment, or weekend cricket in Pune and things like that?
I think I remember more of him as just a slogger. Just try and hit everything in the air. Yeah, but then again, he did not have the power game, as you're saying, earlier as well. But yeah, I've heard a lot about his running between the wickets. So one more thing, probably you have played with him a lot. You have probably had a good partnership. So how many times have you run him out, and how many times has he run you out?
Thankfully, the opportunity for the two of us to be batting together hasn't come together. It hasn't happened that often, but on the occasions that we have batted together, I think Ajay's definitely been a little frustrated with my running. We could say that quite comfortably. But I keep up. I try to keep up, as do most people. I don't think we've had a run out, thankfully, but there have definitely been run out occasions with Ajay and others. It's usually Ajay is just too quick for others around him. But I will say, while we make fun of it, his calling is good and his running is good. Played down the ground from Bashkal. Nice easy single there. Good couple of balls there for Ajay and Bashkal, just in terms of keeping the scoreboard moving and keeping the score ticking over. The Maroon Knights seem to favor this two-slip format, where the second slip is really in a nearly fourth slip position, and now he's really moving to gully. Yeah, he's moved to gully. But for Bashkal, they had a first slip and a third slip. Gully fielders moved to backward point. Played into the cover, so Ajay, on the lookout for a run as always. Not on there. One more ball to go, and Vedek's third over. He's had a good start as well. Ajay batting on 3 and Bashkal on 4. On the leg side, Ajay going for a lap pull. That'll be a bye. And the end of the over. The lead now 9 runs.
Yeah, Ajay went for a West Indian style pull on one leg swivel. That was pretty good. Just missed it out, too much down the leg. Probably trying something different, going around the wicket. Trying to probably cramp up Ajay. Down the ground, on the ground. It's nice weather to play cricket, overcast. Good condition for bowling. That was shot pulled straight to the fielder. No run there. So Arjun, how are you feeling moving from local to an overseas player of EC3, E3C?
Yeah, I don't know how much value I'm adding as an overseas player, but no man, this is one of the highlights of the year in terms of coming out to Houston. A shout there from Aman, but that was going way down leg side. He was already coming from around the wicket. That angle was not going to get him an LBW. Yeah, this Houston trip, sort of, I think it started, in fact, before the team started coming to play review, there were 2 trips to Sarasota to play in Florida. That was sort of the genesis of doing this on an annual basis. There was 2018, I think, was the first time, or 2019 might have been. And the last, 4 years, this year being the 4th, Prairie View has been the preferred location just in terms of the facilities, this beautiful set of grounds, and the wickets being of good quality, and being able to play high quality, test match cricket for high quality as far as we're concerned, I guess you could say. Yeah, just the fun of being able to play, not in a limited over style is actually quite something fun. Bashkal freeing his arms, hitting that powerfully down the ground to mid-off, but no run there. What about you, Sanket? It's been an annual trip for you as well from Austin to come join us for our preseason weekend here.
It's been fun. It's been my 4th year now, so it's become a tradition every year. More for the get-together than just the cricket, so it's more fun to meet all the folks over here. And E3C seems to have gained some popularity, as in there's another overseas player that came in last year, couldn't make it this year, Ritesh. Yes. Yeah, there's some good popularity that E3C is gaining outside of Boston itself.
Yeah, we were talking earlier that we have people down from. We have Siddharth on the boundary line. Is he staying inside or outside the field of play? You're inside the field of play, right? Having a quick chat. Jashwant is one of the opening bowlers from yesterday. Looks like he's back on for a second spell after an extended first spell yesterday. Coming into Ajay, gentle loosener there. But yeah, I think we have players who've come in from Alabama, North Carolina, in addition to Boston, of course. So nice to see, the draw of the team, even for people who've are no longer playing regularly with it in Boston. Playing a miss from Ajay. Not picking the line of that ball, but not committing either. Nicely leads into that one, drives that elegantly into the covers for an easy single. Deep third man back on the boundary for Burschel, no slips. Ringfield. That was an excellent delivery. Came out of nowhere, yorked him. Taken the commentators by surprise as well. Did not see that one coming. And Burschel taken by surprise. That ball tailing in and dipping on him, and that'll be the end of Burschel. As far as this innings is concerned, the new batsman walking out, I believe, is Hussain, E3C's captain for this game. Yeah. What's the score? No problem, no problem.
Good Nabby's game.
Yeah, CSK has not had a good start to the season. Even though Cheta is now on the CSK rolls, and there's been a considerable revamp of the squad and of the 11. So much disappointment and dismay, dejection even amongst the CSK faithful, with the high level of anticipation that was there after the horrible last season they had. Hussain surprised by the bounce there, awkwardly fending that down, looking for a quick single but staying put. Oh, that's hit powerfully down the ground through extra cover. The ball may hold up before the boundary line, and it does, so it'll be 2. That's the end of the over. Ajay and Hussain will want to consolidate and build a partnership here after a couple of relatively quick wickets, just in terms of building a partnership. Aman is continuing, but has now switched to spin. Be the first over of spin today. No boundary fielders. Everyone in on the circle. Misfield at square leg and through for a single. Not sure why Aman has decided to switch over to spin. Perhaps there's something in the condition of the ball that he's seen, or well hit by Hussain, and that will be the first boundary for him, and off the day, off the bat. The wet outfield not able to prevent that ball from tickling over the rope. Nice shot from Hussain all along the ground. No risk. Looks like Aman is going back to his medium pace after just a couple balls of spin. Hit up in the air, but out of reach of the fielders, way past the backward point. The throw comes in and hits the stumps, but no danger there to the batsman. Lofted shot from Hussain. In the end, safely played. Spongy bounce still seems to be the order of the day. Hussain plays away from his body. Beaten by that ball, collected by the keeper. The fielders are intensely drying the ball. As you can imagine, there's still a lot of damp around the outfield. Sun isn't really out in full force right now. Oh, in and out of the fielder's hands at mid-on. Did he grab a hold of that? Did it fall in front of him? It looked like it carried. Sanket says it looks like it carried as well. It was a tough chance. It was a tough chance, but a takeable one. Hussain will maybe want to think on the shots in the air that he's hit, but he'll count himself lucky there. Glanced around his legs cutely by Ajay. Back for two. Ajay playing high percentage, low risk cricket. Hussain would have had his heart in his mouth there for a moment. The ball not going at much pace, but going very low. And the fielder got to it, and I think it just sort of plopped in and bounced out.
The score is nicely moving along at 110 for the loss of 4 wickets. Ajay on 7. Hussain is on 9 of 6 balls. So Hussain has really started in a hurry. I think so he wants to build the lead as much as possible. There are some chances of rain later in the afternoon. So he wants to move along the game as fast as he can. I think so there's another change. Mernal. Left arm spin. Pushed long off, long on back to the boundary. It's a loopy ball outside off. It's way outside off wide. Another loopy ball. Another wide. That's one more wide, a hat-trick of wides. Hussain back to his stance, waiting for the ball. And he goes for a shot, just clears mid-off, and that will be a boundary. That too was a wide delivery, converted into a full toss. Hussain leading the team this year with extra responsibility. The sun has come out. Help dry out the outfield. It's wet and slow. Another wide delivery, switch to over the wicket, left arm. So it's been 8 runs of 1 delivery this over. And that's a dot ball. Hussain lets it go. That's another wide. It's not got his line. Hussain just pulled out. And he goes for a ground the ground single. Ajay on strike. Another wide. Ball is very wet as well, so it's difficult to control. So the same thing in the first innings as well. There's a lot of extras that went as wides. That was close. Ajay trying to do a late cut, misses it. And that's a full toss. Ajay lets it go. Trying to see if it was above waist height. Don't think so. It was. It dipped. That's a good delivery. And score is 122 in 23 overs. And score, CSK score, if anyone wants to follow that, it's 55 in 5.3 for no wickets. So Cheta seems to be getting back to his form. Yeah, he's 40 off 17 balls. And Ngiri's come along. He's transformed into another version of DJ Bravo with all his slower balls.
Yeah, he's had some really good T20 games. Ngiri's been a good bowler for South Africa. Sarah, the umpire, having a quick word with the square leg umpire about verifying the height of that delivery that was not called a no ball, and he has overturned it and is now called it a no ball. Oh, perhaps not. That will be a wide. It's a change of ends for Jashwant. Seems to be bowling off a shorter run-up than he did yesterday. Hussain squared up a little bit. He's active at the crease, but behind the ball there. Turns that allow VVS Lakshman into a leg side scoring opportunity through for a quick single. Off the pads in the hip and down the leg side, collected by the keeper. Quick single through. Hussain calling Ajay, who is on the front foot and ready to move. Good running between this pair. slowly building a partnership. I'll be happy with how they've gone so far and will want to keep rotating the strike. Hussein's been more of the aggressor, looking for more scoring opportunities, while Ajay has kept things tight and kept the scoreboard moving, and the singles and twos coming. Quick single down the ground to mid-off. Easy in the end, thanks to the aggressive running that these two have been showing, aggressive intent in running that these two have been showing. Sun peeking out again from behind the clouds. The western section of the ground looking very stormy. With some imposing looking dark rain clouds threatening to burst, but at the same time hopefully moving away from the ground and away from the field of play. Ronaldo not continuing after that over filled with many extras. Looks like it was primarily to allow Jaswant to change ends. What's this bowler's name? I think we have the leg spinner from yesterday coming on. He's got one slip in place. Shri is a new bowler. He's got a fielder at cow corner on the boundary and at long on and long off. So 3 boundary fielders. A square leg mid wicket on the leg side. Beaten there. On the offside there is slip, point, backward point. Short cover in the ring. Cut away by Ajay in the gap, but picked up by the backward point fielder. Some turn there for the batsman, but he dropped that one short and Ajay cuts it. Just a single and picked up on the boundary by the long off fielder. Hussain will face Shri for the first time. Shri's first over of the day after a couple of overs yesterday. Field remains the same. Loop there, hit in the air, but drops well in front of long on and just a single. Hussain might have toe into that a little bit, not quite getting under it, but taking on the full. Again tossed up, beaten, but the keeper just could not collect that one. Ajay was out of his ground, and Sanket thinks maybe that was an outside edge. No, signal bias. Definite stumping chance there. Ajay turned around and looked in horror, but keeper had missed that completely, and a lucky escape again. Tough chance, to be fair to the keeper, because that went very low and quite quick. Not much bounce off the pitch for him to collect it and, you know, effect a stumping. Flatter this time. That looked like it was the googly. Good over there by Sri, testing and challenging the batsman. And both batsmen will want to take a look at him and gauge both that googly and the flight that he seems to have. Double bowling change for the Maroon Knights. They have another new bowler on. Looks like it'll be spin from both ends. Boundary fielders at long on and long off. Right on the ropes.
That's what bowler name?
So that Sundar is the new bowler on. There's a bit of a drizzle that's now coming down, not enough to affect play. That one goes through with the arm, quite flat. Deftly played by Ajay, straight into the hands of the gully fielder. A short third man in place. Smashed by Ajay, pulls that one. 4 bounces and over the ropes. That'll be his first boundary of the day. He'll be very happy with that shot. Hit with power, placed well. Right shot for the right ball. So they're discussing some field changes, moving his long on fielder to deep mid wicket. Played softly into the ground. Ajay at full stretch, meaning that ball in front of him. Solid in defense. Through the hands of the cover fielder. A little bit of a misunderstanding there because Ajay was ball watching, and a 2 there for the taking between the long off fielder coming in, and Hussain and Ajay nearly at the same end, but no harm done. Enough time for Ajay to turn and sprint.